I do believe that we have a chance to solve it. I think that we have all the tools now. I think that we can, with some animal studies and with the computers we have today, which help a lot, and the methods we have of collecting data now through the DAN systems and so on of accidents and degree of accidents, we can do it. I mean, it's not hard. If you were doing a study like this, say at Duke Medical Center or any hospital, of a drug, and we say decompression is the drug, how do you do it? You would do a double-blind crossover study, and you take two populations, and you would have one population do what they do normally, and you have another population do the deep stop. And you dive them, and you see what happened.
Right.
And you will find that theoretically, your hypothesis would be that those who dive normally will get a 1 or 2 in 10,000. The trouble is you've got to do a lot of dives, and that's the hard part. Whereas those who take the deep stop, you'd have no trouble at all.
Right.
But it will take time to get that amount of data, and somehow, eventually what will happen, I think, is the computer manufacturers are going to put these models into their computers. And it's going to be very like what drove me to start questioning what was going on and ask about the holding concept and the deep stop. That was because I looked at the data in accidents and said, I don't understand it. The accidents are constant. They've been constant for a long time. The same kind of numbers. Why? We've gone in, we put a shallow stop in, 20 foot, but 3 to 5 minutes, no difference. Computer manufacturers came in with all kinds of different models. And what's more, if you look at the computer times, bottom times, the bottom times went from 25 minutes time to 40. I've got a curve on a slide that show them going down like that.
Sure.
That's 5 or 8 minutes. No difference. No, this is crazy.
But during the research, there were often differences shown that justified the change made.
Maybe.
And then in practice, the benefits didn't show up.
Didn't show at all, because there was no difference. The score was the same.
Now, are we sure people are implementing those kinds of processes? Obviously, we're not sure. But do you suspect?
I don't know about that. No, I do know, having dived a lot with recreational divers, that when they do it, you see them come up and hang on the bar at 20 foot. If they're out in the Caribbean somewhere, and when they're looking at the watch all the time, they're bored. They don't want to be there, so it's maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, finished, and they go boom at 200 foot a minute to get to the ladder, and that's not good at all. There's plenty of gas around still, and they're really pushing that volume expansion. So that's not a good thing to do. So there are ways to get there, but it's going to take a little more time than one would want. But unfortunately, since the numbers of illness cases in decompression in divers is so small, you have to have large numbers of dives to get statistical information. That's the trouble with all the experimental work in decompression today. It takes a lot of work, and when you've done a small population, if you don't have a lot of divers, your statistical data isn't as strong as you would want. You have to say, well, I believe, but really it needs